Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I'm Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola. President of the United States of America, Mr. Joe Biden, has invited 49 African heads of state and the head of the African Union for a 3-day U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit. The 3-day summit scheduled for this month will take place in Washington, D.C., the U.S. capital. This is contained in a statement made available to journalists. According to the statement, Mr. Biden believes that his country's collaboration with African leaders, as well as civil society, business, diaspora, women, and youth leaders, is essential to addressing these shared challenges. It indicated that the goal of the summit is to build and expand vital political, economic, and strategic partnerships, as well as people-to-people dialogue based on mutual interest and shared priorities in Africa. The Senate will tomorrow grill 2 deputy governors of the Central Bank of Nigeria over the cash withdrawal limits policy unveiled by the Apex Bank. The Red Chamber planned to seek clarifications on the new directive, which restricts over-the-counter cash withdrawal by individuals and organizations to 100,000 naira and 500,000 naira respectively per week. It also limits cash withdrawals via point-of-sale machines and automated teller machines to 20,000 naira daily and 100,000 naira weekly respectively. According to a memo signed by the CBN's Director of Banking Supervision, Aruna Mustafa, withdrawals above the threshold would attract processing fees of 5% and 10% respectively for individuals and corporate entities going forward. In addition, third-party checks above 50,000 naira shall not be eligible for OTC payments, while extant limit of 10 million naira on clearing checks still remain. Deliberating on the policy on the floor of the Senate, senators said there was a need to debate the policy on the floor of the Red Chamber. However, the Senate President, Ahmad Lawan, directed the Senate Committee on Banking to grill the 2 reappointed deputy governors of the CBN, Aisha Ahmad and Edward Adamo, who will be screened tomorrow on the new cash withdrawal policy. The House of Representatives has criticized the new policy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which, among others, sets limits to cash withdrawals at the deposit money banks and other financial institutions. Consequently, the House summoned the governor of the CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, to come and explain the policy to the Parliament. He is to appear before the lawmakers next week based on a motion of urgent public importance moved by a member of the House, Aliyu Magaji. Lawmakers warned that the policy would have serious consequences and adverse effects on businesses and Nigerians who have no access to the banking system. The minority leader, Ndude Lumelu, however, said that the policy would check crimes as funds would now be tracked through banking system. Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has approved the constitution of 2 committees, Revenue and Solid Minerals Committees, respectively. The Secretary to the Government of Osun State, Honorable Teslim Igbalaye, announced this in a statement by the spokesperson to the Governor, Malam Olawale Rashid, that Mr. Shola Adewumi has been appointed the chairman of the Revenue Committee, while Mr. Samuel Ojedokun is the chairman of the Solid Minerals Committee. Governor Adeleke is to inaugurate the 2 committees on Monday. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Alkali, has launched the Central Motor Registry Command Center at the Force Headquarters in Abuja. The Force Public Relations Officer, Olumiyiwa Adejobi, in a statement said the digitalized center was domiciled at the Department of Information and Communication Technology. The statement indicated that the move is taken to enable members of the public report cases of stolen vehicles in the country for possible recovery. He explained that it is in line with the IGP's mission to ensure a digital environment for policing the country for robust and more proactive measures in crime prevention, investigation, and prosecution. It further said that the platform will also process motor vehicle information to support police operations and efforts towards enhancing national security. Drug abuse has been described as a menace to the growth of the society, which needs the urgent attention of governments at all levels, including the family and the community. Guest lecturer Dr. Opeyemi Abdullahi said this at a seminar organized by the Islamic and Prophetic Medicine Practitioners Association of Nigeria in Osogbo, Osun State capital. He described drug abuse as an excessive use of psychoactive drugs such as alcohol, pain medications, or illegal drugs, adding that the excessive intake of drugs or substances can lead to physical, social, or emotional harm. Earlier in his address, the chairman of Impimpan, Osun State chapter, Dr. Teslim Egbedi, maintained that the purpose of the seminar is to create awareness for the members of the association on the evil of quackery, lack of assurance, and dealing with illegal and harmful products which could cause danger to one's health. Following the dissolution of the Osun Progressive Ascendancy of the All Progressives Congress, APC, at a news conference, the Osun State chapter of the APC says it is not averse to a genuine reconciliation released by the acting chairman of the state chapter of APC, Soko Taju Lawal, in Osogbo, saluted the courage of the top leaders and members to toe the line of peace, which is said has no alternative for political stability, tranquility, and fortune of the party. According to the acting chairman of the party, the immediate past governor, Boyega Oyetola, is also favorably disposed to a genuine reconciliation. It will be recalled that the former speaker, Honorable Najim Salam, had at a news conference announced the dissolution of the top tendency with a disclosure that it has the blessing of the patron of the faction, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, the Minister of Interior. And moving on to sports. On day 7 of the ongoing National Sports Festival in Asaba, Delta State, Team Delta retained their early and strong lead on the medals table, with the host state medal tally totaling 275 medals. Bayelsa and Edo State replaced each other on the table, with the former moving up second, while the latter dropped to second. This came after Bayelsa's massive gold haul with a total of 103 medals, while Edo, despite having more medals, are below them with 138 medals. Rounding up the top 10 are Lagos in fourth with 80 medals and 16 gold, Oyo with 55 medals and 15 gold, Ogun garnered 41 medals and 11 gold, and Rivers 72 medals with 9 gold. Imo State had 25 medals and 9 gold. Abia, 27 medals with 8 gold, and Kano in 10th with 38 medals and 6 gold. Last on the table is Zamfara State, the only state without a medal at the 2022 festival. Delta already looks to be the clear winner as day 8 of the festival kicks off today, and all that is left is to determine the second and third place teams. And moving on to the foreign scene. Peru's ousted President Pedro Castillo has been detained by police and accused of rebellion and conspiracy to break the constitutional order. The former president was reportedly detained on his way to the Mexican embassy in Lima, the capital of Peru, hours after he tried to dissolve parliament. It was learned that the 53-year-old Castillo cooperated with the police and prosecutors during his arrest. He has reportedly been moved to a police-run prison, but Mexico says it is willing to offer him asylum, but he had yet to make a formal request for asylum or aid from his government. It will be recalled that Mr. Castillo was removed from office recently by lawmakers after he gave an address on national television in which he declared a state of emergency and outlined plans to rule the country by decree. And that ends the evening news of Osbc television. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.
Attention, please. We have just learned from laboratory officials that the explosive contained in the white mouse is no longer dangerous. And they have assured us the mouse will not explode.